Creatures of the night. It's your girl Tati. Let's talk about Ring of Honor. We had a decent show tonight. It did say it was going to go on from 6 o'clock to 7:49, but we actually had an hour and 25-minute show, and I'll take it. We did start off with a four-way tag match. We had the Grizzled Young Veterans, yes, the Grizzled Young Veterans on AEW TV, shocker, versus the Dark Order, which was John Silver and Alex Reynolds. They went against the Gates of Agony and also the Undisputed Kingdom. Now, I've been saying that we've been seeing a lot more tag team action within Rampage and Ring of Honor as well. And I just keep feeling like no matter how many more matches we're seeing, none of these teams are anywhere closer to any tag titles, whether it's the AEW or the Ring of Honor tag titles. What really surprised me here was that the Undisputed Kingdom ended up taking a win, and I'm just like, okay, they took the titles off of y'all for no reason a couple of months ago, and it seems like they've been getting most of the wins as of late, but they don't seem to be in any storylines for any tag titles within either Ring of Honor or AEW, which is interesting. The Grizzled Young Veterans, I don't believe they mentioned this on commentary, but they did win Tag Team Gold last week at New Japan's pay-per-view. So that's interesting. I know they'll be a little bit busy over there with those titles. But what are we doing with the Gates of Agony? They are super talented, really, really great team. And I wish we got a chance to see more of them. And, you know, Dark Order, they're there. So they're always going to be competing, but never really in any storylines. Even though we're seeing more matches with the tag teams, I wish there was something more concrete going on with other teams instead of just choosing like two teams to just go in the feud. There should be more things going on outside the ones that are going for the tag titles. I'm a little underwhelmed at this point. Now, we do have the Sons of Texas, which is Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes. They are the tag champions, and Dustin Rhodes has the Ring of Honor six-man tag titles for no reason at this point, because the Von Erichs, who knows when they're going to show up at Ring of Honor, they went against a local talent, and they end up taking the win. And this was not bad. They get a local talent a little something to do, so it wasn't a complete squash. Now, what's important was after this match, the Righteous came and put the Sons of Texas in a beat down, which I appreciated. They even came out there with a cowbell, and things got messy. So we're going to go a little bit more into what's going on between the Sons of Texas and the Righteous in a moment. But we did have tag team action again. We have Griff Garrison, our boy Griff Garrison. You haven't been at the gym for the past few months because we haven't seen you in a little bit. His tag team partner, Cole Carter, recently had surgery, I think like 2 months ago, I want to say. So we haven't seen him. And Maria, God knows what's going on with her. She's also have not been in the show for quite some time as well. So he had his new tag team partner, which was Preston Vance. At first, I was just like, I don't know about this team, but I think they actually look good together. Preston Vance had enough baby oil for the whole locker room. That I can appreciate. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I liked them. I thought that they did great. They went against a team called Waves and Curls. I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of them before. I'm sure some people have heard of them before, but the name did take me by surprise. Sometimes I just feel like these tag team names, y'all better off not having tag team names at all. Still, I didn't think that this was actually a great match for Waves and Curls. There was a lot of hiccups from their side, but Preston and Griff, they pushed along and end up taking the win. Doesn't surprise me at all. I wonder if we're going to continue to see them in tag team action. Something about this group, they look good together with some, they even have a finisher together, which is like them doing a series of lariats, and I don't know how to describe it. I'm not sure what they're calling it at this point, but I thought that was a great touch for them to have that tag team chemistry, especially for the finishing moves. So I'm cool with that. We'll see if we'll get a couple of more matches with them to see what the chemistry is like. Now, after this, we do have a recap video of them showing the infantry and them joining Shane Taylor Promotions. And honestly, the video was done really, really nicely. I am so glad that they have turned heel. I think this is the best case scenario for the infantry. Up next, we had singles action. We had Katsuyori Shibata versus Aaron Solo. Okay, this was just whatever to me. Not that it was horrible. I just keep looking at the situation. I'm just like, y'all keep putting Shibata in weird situations. I feel like they have not had a plan with him. The only time I feel like they've given him some type of purpose was when he had the pure title, and also when he was running around being a cameraman for Hook and Samoa Joe. And honestly, I'm at the point where it's just like, this is Shibata we're talking about. We could be doing so much more with him. It just seems like he's just coming out and having matches and nothing else. Now, we also did get a little bit of a video from Chris Jericho, who can't be bothered to come on Ring of Honor. So he did do like a pre-recorded video from Dynamite. Long story short, he's going to be going against Ishii on Dynamite. Is it next Dynamite or the week after? Something like that. Now, for me, this upsets me because I feel like, what's the point? We were complaining about Pastor Briscoe not being on Ring of Honor as often and being in zero storylines within AEW. He was supposed to be in a storyline with Shane Taylor. I don't know what happened with that. They just scrapped it. I don't know. But here is Chris Jericho, who was just running around with the title everywhere but Ring of Honor, and now he's going to have a match with Ishii on Dynamite. Great. Now, he talked about how they met over 30 years ago. And then he goes on to say, Ishii, you were my young boy, and you used to scrub my back for me in the shower when we were younger. And I was just like, look at you spilling Ishii tea like that. Like, did he ask you to go tell people what y'all was doing in the shower? I think not. They're going to have a match, and honestly, I can't really say that I'm excited to see this or not. It's just not going to be a Ring of Honor. I don't see how this helps Ring of Honor in any way, shape, or form when you are doing this match literally off of Ring of Honor. Tony Khan, I don't understand what we're doing with Chris Jericho with this title. Now, after this, we do have Commander versus Josh Woods, and I have to say, Mark Sterling, every time this guy is there, he just gets a little closer, deeper into my heart. And this guy, I just love him. I love him. He is absolutely hilarious. I love how he is ringside with either one of the premier athletes, whether they're doing singles action or if the whole group is out there together. And he's dedicated. He is dedicated. He was stomping out Commander. We had, oh my God, this is so fucking funny. The match I thought was pretty good. One of the better ones tonight. And we had them. So, okay, Mark Sterling, he keeps getting involved and he keeps stomping out Commander. Good. I'm with you on it, bro. Now, Alex Abrahantes keep coming to stop the beatdown onto Commander. And at some point, Mark Sterling runs into the ring. And then here is Alex Abrahantes, who runs into the ring too. And then he goes and spears Mark. I could not believe it. And it was a clean spear. It actually was. And Mark Sterling sold it like a champ. Absolutely loved it. Which obviously lets you know that, yeah, our boys, the premier athletes, once again taking the L. Commander takes the win. And this actually was pretty entertaining. Commander, though, that finishing move that he does, he absolutely missed it by 3 miles, okay? He's supposed to walk the rope and then he's supposed to do the flip onto his opponent, who's already laying there waiting for him to get himself together, which I hate. But when he does that, he did it so early that he literally only like the tip of his head touched Josh Woods, so his whole body was somewhere else in the ring while Josh Woods barely got touched at all, and it didn't look good, but whatever, a win is a win, right? After this, we did have Viva Van versus Abaddon. Do I have to say it? Do I have to say it? My girl Viva Van taking the L again. I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that the hard work's going to pay off. She get that contract, Tony Khan, like I've been saying for months now. You know, WWE, they all out here IDing people. So let's get the ball rolling, Tony Khan. Both of these ladies are absolutely talented. I don't know what we're going to do with Abaddon. Abaddon has already had the match with Athena for the Women's World title. It was a very, very excellent match. If anybody didn't see, go check it out. And we're at that point that maybe there's nothing for Abaddon to do in terms of like a story or getting into it with anyone. It just seems like we're just back to doing matches with whoever is back there. And I just wish there was more stories to tell on Ring of Honor. Trust me, there's enough time for that to be done. So up next, we did have a classic match. They were calling it a Ring of Honor Rewind because classic would be, okay, her match was from 2023. That's not a classic. So we're going to call it a Ring of Honor Rewind. This was a Proving Grounds match with Hyann. Really great match. However, I felt like it was really strange that they actually did this. I was just like, we could have picked better matches to show. So it didn't really feel much like they put a classic match onto the show. It kind of felt like, oh, this is very recent. And if you didn't see this like last year, like I said, it's from 2023, it didn't really feel like one of these old matches that they've been putting from like 40 years ago that they've been doing past few weeks. Now, here we are. We have the Righteous. They're in a tag team action with local talent once again. Oh my God. So, you already know earlier in the show, they already put a beat down on the Sons of Texas, and rightfully so. So, after their match, they end up getting on the mic. And let me just say something. Vincent, for those of you who are not sure who's who in the group, Vincent's the one with the dreads. Vincent gets on the mic and he gives a really strong promo, which made me look at it like, maybe you can take Jon Moxley's place with what he's doing over there with the Death Riders. He has, even though we are not sure who the Righteous are, what they're doing, what the agenda is, he is very clear of what he was saying. And it was just like, it's that time for the Righteous to, have the tag titles and be on top of things up in here in AEW Ring of Honor. And the way that he speaks and the way that he presents himself was very strong. And I was just like, where was that from Jon Moxley on Dynamite? Something about it was just very, very surprising to me, where it's just like, okay, if this was my tag team in my federation, Tati's federation, I would be prioritizing these guys because they're really strong, not just in the ring, but on the mic as well. So now, here we have Vincent goes on to give the mic to Dutch. Dutch is wearing the rope with the cowbell, and y'all know what that signifies for the Rhodes family. So he's holding it, and he goes, 14 years ago, Dusty Rhodes kind of took me under his wing, and we basically bonded, and he ended up saying that he's pretty much Dusty's son. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, what does that mean? And he goes on to say, oh, Dustin, you're the weakest link in our family. And I was just like, wait, what the hell? The way he said it, I'm not doing it justice. Like, the way he said it, I was just like, whoa. It felt so fucking personal, saying that Dustin is the weakest link in our family, the Rhodes family. And I was just like, so they adopted you, Dutch? Were you adopted into this family? That just made it so much more personal when he went and say our family while he's holding onto that cowbell that Dusty Rhodes had gave to him. And I thought that was very, very, very smart. Here's the thing. Dustin, he's great in the ring. I do feel like he's a superior Rhodes in terms of between him and Cody Rhodes. But the story has gotten so much more personal with this promo. It was really, really done well by the Righteous. And, whether they win these tag titles or not, which they should, I'm really hoping that, AEW realize that, hey, we got a really, really interesting tag team here, and we should be pushing these guys a lot further than what they've had so far. And I hope we get a chance to see them more within AEW. Main event, we had the women's TV title on the line. We had Diamante going against Red Velvet in a street fight. The street fight was actually pretty great. I thought that Diamante just seems like she's very much in her element with these styles of matches. Red Velvet seemed to be in her element too, but you can feel the confidence and the experience within Diamante. So my eyes was on her for the most part in this match. We know that the TV title isn't going anywhere. So we did have our girl Red Velvet retain, which is cool with me. So far, we haven't seen any stories with this TV title, and I wish there was a lot more going on. Really great main event with these ladies. I wish more people can see these matches because, you know, with this $9.99 paywall, a lot of people are not subscribed to the Honor Club. Now, I did forget to mention that there was an emergency minion meeting earlier in the show where Billy Starks, who never looked any better, I'm telling you, the Glam Squad, they did her up with the makeup and everything. She had that little flowery blouse that she was wearing. It was so cute. It was so cute. She's supposed to be apologizing to Athena for whatever. To be honest, I don't know what she's apologizing. And when Athena got there, Athena said, "You gonna apologize to me and you wearing that?" She didn't want to take her apology because she wearing some ugly ass grandma shirt. She didn't want to hear it. I was just like, that is wild. So we had Athena and Lexi. They end up leaving Billy Starks, and they have other things to do. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Before they end up leaving, we did have Layla Gray who came out there to challenge Athena. Athena's just like, who the hell is this chick? And does she work here? And I was just like, holy shit. That is not good. Not good at all. Now, Layla, she ends up getting her match, which is going to be a Proving Grounds match. If she can beat our girl Athena next week, then she'll end up going for the world title. Long story short, I don't think that's going to be the case. But I will say this. It really do feel like they're going to go with Athena and Billy Starks for the final battle pay-per-view, whenever that's going to happen, Tony Khan. And that's exactly what they did last year, a final battle. I remember going to that pay-per-view and was like, I'm not nervous. Our girl's going to retain. She retained, and here we are almost a year later, and she still has the title. And is it time for her to let it go? Yes. Yes, it's time. I want to see her doing bigger and better things on the main roster with AEW. The show tonight, not bad. It was a shorter show, but I'll take it. At least we didn't have a 40-minute classic match in between the whole show. This was a better episode compared to the last few weeks that we've had. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I will be back with another review tomorrow for Rampage. See you guys then. Bye.